I'm here actually to share with you a story. And when I start, my first feeling is I'm very humbled and very inspired of what I heard today and yesterday from students. And I have to admit, I don't know what's on my slides. I completely forgot because I had no time to practice. But I want to talk about the matter of rejection. Many of you spoke about topics that are obstacles. So I want to start with a question. How many times you should try before you give up? I actually Googled that. And that's what Google tells us. And many people failed multiple times, the successful ones, before they ever get anywhere. So I want to talk about the path that I started a couple years ago. And it's through rejection how I practiced my growth mindset. And we try to tell our students and teach them, but how do you teach if you don't experience? So the experiential learning. This is what I've done in the last 5 years with my fellows, 4 years, had 16 student fellows. We developed lots of workshops, 2,800 participants across the school. And I had this grand idea, like, wow, it's gonna work. How do I create this perpetual movement that students, every year I can make them again more and not start every time with the beginning? So idea was, let's create a unit in the university that will kind of host the students, and they're gonna be I call it the little culture or yogurt that can grow and go bigger and bigger every year. Well, idea was great, big. I thought, fantastic, everyone's gonna go on board. But the things that happened was the yes, but attitude. Permanently telling me, no, this is not possible, this is not possible. And we hear it all over from us that all these journeys are happening. And we get used to rejections because we know that there's something we predict. But in the meantime, what happened in September 1st this year, I want you to watch that. That's my home. Actually, Ida flooded my house. And from a day of being a professor, and I came from school, to the moment I actually lost everything. All my teaching notes on the first day of a semester, all things you've been preparing, they're just gone. And you live in hotels and Airbnbs. And I then started realizing what it means of empathy. I started understanding how it is to be homeless, how to have nothing, how to build something. So that was very challenging, but also very depressing in some way. And I started, lots of people talk about personal or emotional challenges. And when we say, oh, success looks that way, we all know this part of what it really looked like. And that would look like for me. I was kind of doing lots of things and turning around, and always I'm standing up in the same place. Not here, but it's all the time the same place. So what I'm gonna do, what my lessons was from it, like how do my grand idea that completely failed, how do I make it kind of smaller? The other thing is, like, how do I reframe and adopt? And the lesson of making lemon from lemonade, and one of the stoves we had, was like, what? Yes, that's the attitude I need. And the other thing, how do I find partners from the group that I say, no, you cannot be done. So I just recruited a new fellow, a new faculty fellow, so who's gonna be with me. So in some way, I try to use all those lessons, what I've collected from you, all of you, all this ignites. But I want to go from this quote, which I actually don't remember anymore, but it comes from a book about growth mindset, that the passion for stretching yourself and sticking to it, even especially when it's not going well, is the hallmark of growth mindset. So, and for my project, I'm actually thinking, I still feel like I'm starting from scratch. All these 4 years, did I achieve anything? I don't feel, but it feels like a failure. But I hope, and I want to inspire you all to think, how do we make those failures feel, how to make this failure process and reframe it in something that is called resilience. And with that is, how might we turn all our big ideas, or actually the failures, into our big successes? Thank you for all your support.